All right, this is Prison Stories 101, man. We got one of the legends. We have to say it, out of the Melph. Lil D's in the building, man. How you doing, sir?
Well, I'm all right, my brother. What's up with you?
Man, doing all right, man. We do this thing called Prison Stories where we try to, of course, get an understanding for, first of all, what landed you in prison. So we always try to start with the when, as far as what situation got set up to where, what year was it that landed you for your the bid that you did for the overall?
1994, I went to prison for murder.
Then let's go to the where. Where were you that kind of got you caught up?
Where my life was, I was beefing. I was off into all kinds of wrongdoing at the time when I received a life sentence. So I mean, the police picked me up, and I guess it was easy for them to railroad me and allow me to go to prison for 30 years for something I didn't do.
This was in New Orleans?
New Orleans, Louisiana. Yes, that was.
Okay. Did we try to ask the question as far as who, meaning for the crime that was committed that jammed you up, who would you say was affected by that crime? Whether, family members, the victim, or who was affected by the crime itself?
My family, man. I left my kids, man. My kids was months old. All my kids, 4 of my kids was months old when I went to prison. So they was raised without a father.
Man. All right. And then lastly, we try to understand, when we talk about a crime that got you jammed up, we try to understand the why. What would you say, was the why behind it? Like what was it in you that got you in that position? Like what could have happened differently? Like why would you commit such a crime to be able to end up in jail?
Well, I didn't commit the crime. I was affiliated with a guy who committed the crime. He was like my brother. So I mean, he committed the crime, and they said it was both of us. And the guy came to court and said it was me, and they sent me to prison for a life sentence.
All right. So let's go and do it like this.
Okay, that's okay. Let's start it over.
As we want to speak on this, what we try to do is...
We want to do when we get more in depth, okay?
Oh, yeah, we're about to get more in depth now. Okay. Right now, we just got... That's just surface level. So, the stories that... this is Prison Stories 101, where we try to get some stories, man. One story that I was always wanting to ask you personally, man, as far as me trying to get you in was, how long was your sentence?
I done 30 years. I had a life sentence, but I done 30 years before they realized that they had the wrong man convicted of the crime, and they released me then.
And where did you serve that time?
Angola, Louisiana State Penitentiary.
All the way through? All the way through. And for those that don't know Angola, man, it seems like it's, from stories that we hear, that is honestly like modern day slavery.
Yes, it is.
If you don't mind, can you tell me as far as what, for the world that hasn't ever seen the inside of the walls of Angola, what makes it modern day slavery? We pick cotton, we pick vegetables, we get paid 2 cents an hour, we make 40 cents a week. I made $19 a year. I mean, rain, sleet, or snow. That's what I did. When I went to prison, they was still raping and everything else. So, I mean, a young man had to be on his game when he went there. You couldn't think about nothing else but protecting your manhood. $19 a year. Yes, $19 a year, 40 cents a week, $1.60 a month. That's what I made. Can you speak on and just go through it as far as vivid as you can remember? Can you speak on your first day in, as far as them taking you through intake and how that first day went? Yeah, my first day when I went to Angola, I was spooked out because I heard all these stories, and then I was in Angola like a week and a half, and I seen a guy a couple of cells down from me get killed in the cell. Yes, I mean, blood was skeeting everywhere. I was scared to death. I called on the phone and told my mom I was never coming home. She said, "Well, why you say that there?" I said, "Because if somebody mess with me, I'm going all the way out." I just seen a man just lose his life trying to protect his manhood. That's a week and a half in. A week and a half in. Was that a black man, white man?
A black man, a black on black. I never seen white on white crime. I always seen black on black. Never. That's all I ever seen.
Just for that alone, black on black crime that's in Angola, like, what do you feel made that a thing as far as for black to attack their own versus coming together to go against any other race?
I mean, I don't really know. You know what? When you go to Angola, you know, you couldn't. White guys give their white guys food and clothing to help them out, and they don't never have to worry about those guys, you know, playing games with them about their manhood. But the blacks always did that. So I can't really say it. I guess it been like that.
Did you ever, at any point in time, think about escaping?
Yes, I thought about escaping, but you can't escape. I thought about escaping by going on a hospital trip or a funeral trip and escape like that, but you can't run away from there. It's 118,000 acres. You can't go nowhere. I done seen guys try to escape, and he was gone for 2 and 3 days and still on the compound.
Can you speak on any of those escape attempts as far as anybody that maybe attempted and what they did to get, like what they might have did to escape? Was it just flat out running or what was it?
Late at night, they jumped the gate, whatever, and they'll come back because the mosquitoes that ate them up and they hungry or whatever, you know, yeah. They'll come back.
They just come back?
Yeah, they just come back. You know, they've been on the compound for 2 or 3 days. Mosquitoes ate them up and they hungry, so they'll come back.
What was normally the punishment for anybody that was like caught escaping or trying to escape?
They'll beat you half to death, man. Many of them they didn't kill, you know, they catch them and kill them. Like the guy E. Solid, they killed his brother.
Right. Definitely.
Yeah, they killed his brother.
We hear stories of like a Fleece Johnson, where men they get life sentences and they become predators in prison. Is there any stories that you know of as far as a predator attacking a prey, like maybe day one or like a new person coming in? You have any stories as far as a predator just seeing prey and just pouncing on them?
Oh yeah, man. They got hundreds of dudes like Felice Johnson, man. When you come through there, they be waiting on a guy who don't have no family support, who have habits like drug habits, cigarette habits, you know, clothing, who can't afford to buy food, and they're fiend for those guys, and all the while they playing games to take these guys' manhood. I done seen many guys lose their manhood.
Was there ever anyone that you knew that came in that was like saying, I'm going to fight for my life, but then, you know, he probably lost his manhood, that, you know, he come out differently? Like, do you have a story as far as just knowing somebody and, you know hey, you about to, you know, you got to get it how you live, you got to fight for your life, and then it just don't go his way, and he just turned out like where he becomes like, you know, a dude female in there basically? Oh yeah,
man. All the guys I went up there with, we all was young. And, you know, we all prayed when we got up there. We prayed together and all that. And we're like, man, stay strong. And everybody went their separate ways. And a couple of years later, you see a lot of them wearing bikini drawers and bandanas on their head. And I'm like, whoa, how does that happen? You know, yeah, I seen many lose their manhood. And a lot of them lost their manhood through gambling. You know, yes.
How does that work as far as?
You know, I mean, you know, they'll gamble and then they can't afford to pay. And I mean, shit. Those guys love that deal. When you can't pay, they want your buttocks. That's what they want.
For those men that are predatory like that, are these lifers or these people that got like sentences like maybe 10 years, 7 years?
Oh no, these are guys with life and guys with hundreds of years and stuff like that. They're never guys with small sentences.
When it comes to finding love in prison, did you ever have like a CEO that you became acquainted with that, you know, over time that, you know, you started trying to form a relationship with?
Well, when I first went to Angola, they didn't have any females working there. So, I mean, it was, I had to stay focused on protecting myself. But as years passed, many females came and, you know, yeah, of course. Yeah, I had many females up there that I used to mess with.
How does that work for those who've never been inside? As far as most people don't understand, like, you know, all they know is probably conjugal visits from like a married wife or something. How does it work as far as within the prison? If you're trying to be able to have a situation with someone, like, where do you go? Where's like, how do you move around and make something like that work?
Well, they had prostitution rings up there. I mean, $100, you can get whatever you want. I mean, you could do it right in your bed. I mean, in the game room, it didn't matter. Yeah, before they put the cameras in there. But when they put the cameras in there, a lot of things changed. But man, it was off the chain then. When they first started up.
What happens when a CO gets pregnant by an inmate? Like, how does that work?
Well, she get fired, and the guy he get locked down for many years, and she get fired. I mean, you know, and she never come back. You know. I know many guys that have guys from New Orleans that I grew up with have kids by many COs up there.
And if you don't mind, speak on a time as far as where you had to maybe defend your life, you know, as far as just set it up as far as what was it that caused you to have to defend your life and what you have to do to defend your life in that scenario? Well,
a lot of the predators, they don't like challenges. So if they think a guy gonna fight, they ain't gonna mess with you. I never had that problem either. But I seen a lot of it, you know. Yeah, they don't want no challenge.
Did you ever have to fight while you was in there?
Oh, I had many fights, but not behind my manhood, you know. I was spooked out. If a guy that I knew used to mess around with homosexuality, if he looked at me more than 2 times, I was going to sneak him. Yeah. And then my brother was the heavyweight boxing champion up here, then they had to answer to him, so I didn't have no problems. None at all.
What would you say was your toughest fight?
My toughest fight?
Yeah.
I mean, really, I didn't have a tough fight because I always was the one that got off first. Yeah, I always got off first. Nobody never really done me nothing. I always done something to somebody else. Yeah, being spooked out. Yeah, and they used to always tell my brother, man, tell Deez to chill out, man. Nobody messing with him. He tripping. Yeah, I was tripping. I was spooked out.
Can you explain the logic behind that as far as taking off on somebody first? Like, what does that mean, like, when you're in prison to get the advantage of, you know, throwing the first blow?
Oh, as soon as I get close to him, he catch me a few times, eye contact. As soon as I get close to him, I'm gonna whop him. I'm gonna sneak. I'm gonna punch him in his jaw and hit him about 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Yeah, I was fast. So every one punch he threw, I'm throwing 10 of them. Yeah, kicking, elbows, everything else. Yeah.
Is it a fight to the death, or is it just to get your point across?
I was fighting death, but they didn't really fight back because they were like, man, these are tripping, man. They didn't really fight back when I hit them. You know, they didn't. They just thought I was just going crazy up there, yeah.
What was one of your main ways of getting money while you was in there, like during the time?
I was a gambler, man. I was known for housing poker games and dice games and everything else, you know. The wardens came and told them nobody could gamble unless I'm the one housing them because they knew I was gonna make everything straight. Yeah, for real.
And how did money work in there for you? Like, how much, like, was it the same as on the outside as far as when you're getting that kind of money, or is it more so into like commissary, soup, cigarettes, like, or whatever?
It's the same. Soup, cigarettes, money just like the outside, everything. All around. You get everything.
The moment you went in, who was the first person that switched up on you as far as, you know, someone you thought was gonna hold you down as you got sentenced? Who was the first person that probably left your side, would you say? And why would you say they left your side?
You talking about people on the streets?
Yeah.
Oh, man. To be honest with you, I didn't really depend on nobody on the outside. I always depended on my hustling skills. I was always a cold-blooded hustler, so I was always able to get it. I never called home or asked for money from the streets. Never. 30 years. I always took care of myself. I used to send money on the streets.
Was there somebody outside that you wanted to kind of go with you on your journey while you was in there, like that you wanted to be there for you?
That's a good question, man. My cousin David, man. That was my best friend, you know. I really wanted him to be there the whole time. Yes.
Was he there?
No.
And why? There. Yeah, why would you say wasn't he there?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess he thought I had done him something. I don't know. He wasn't there though. He switched up on me.
Family members, mother, father, sister, any family members that did that ride with you that you really just want to say like, man, they really made it a little easier to get through this time?
Oh, my whole family, man. I'll be honest with you, I was blessed, man. My mother, my father, my grandmother, my sister, my nieces, nephews, my kids, they all was there for me, man, every step of the way. You know, I'm not bragging or boasting, but they are well known in the prison system, my family, for holding me down.
Did you do any time with any relatives?
Excuse me?
Did you do any time with any relatives, any cousins, any people that you know? Did you do time with them?
Oh, yes, I got 2 nephews up there just now, right now, who I just left. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how does that work when you have family coming there? Is it like automatically like, hey, I got you, or they got to fend for themselves?
Well, I let them know I got them only if they do right. If they messing with all that little foolishness, they on their own. If they do right, I got them.
Did you obtain any jobs while in there? And if so,
yes.
What was your job?
I was a tutor at one time. I received a GED. I received a culinary art degree. I became a tutor. You know, I worked at the hospital. I had all kinds of jobs, man. You know, the wardens and everybody, you know, they showed me favor, man. God was in my favor. So, I mean, I had favor with all those people.
Was there a particular job that you liked that you like, I could do this?
The hospital. I loved the hospital, man. You know, even though I put many of my partners in the body bag, but I loved the hospital.
What was it about the hospital that was?
I get to see everybody in the prison every day. I'm talking about all over the prison every day. I used to see things that nobody else can see. Only people that worked at the hospital was able to see these things, and I was fortunate to see those things.
Did you ever have to do time in solitary?
Yes, I've done many years in solitary, man.
Can you explain, because every prison is different as far as what their solitary is. Can you explain as far as Angola, what is their solitary? How many people are normally housed in solitary from what you know? And what is a day in solitary like?
A day in solitary at Camp J is like, oh man, it's hard to explain, man. People lose their lives. I mean, people get jugged up. People come out their cells and knife fight. I mean, it was... Once I left solitary, that's when I really got my mind right, to be honest with you.
How much time did you do in solitary overall?
I went 7 times, and I never done over a year. Each level is like 3 months, you know. So I done like 9 months to a year every time I went.
They say a lot of people lose their mind in solitary, where they start talking to themselves and doing things like that. Did you ever get to that point yourself?
Yeah, they say when you talk to yourself and you ask yourself, they say you're crazy, but who know you better than you? You know, I mean, yeah, I used to talk to myself. I still talk to myself. Yeah.
Do you respond to yourself?
Yes, because I be fighting Diesel and Derek. Derek is the good dude. Diesel is the bad dude. Diesel always want to do things he used to do when he was young. And Derek be like, nah, you're grown now, man. Don't do that.
And when it comes to just even having a conversation with yourself, is that something that you do to pass time or to keep your sanity, or is it something that you feel like, did you know that you were doing that at the time you were doing it?
Yeah, it's keep my sanity, man. I mean, yes. Instead of talking to somebody else, I talk to myself.
There you go. If you can, speak on any like CEOs, man. You know, if you got any stories, but tell us about like a good CEO, and if you could backdoor that with a bad CEO, but just, let's stay with the good CEOs. Do you have like a CEO that you really like, kind of like, man, like you a good dude, like you really looking out for us?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I never had a problem with a CEO. 30 years, I never had a problem. They all respected me. I respected them, and God showed me favor with those guys and females, every last one of them.
Was there, and maybe not to you, was there any like bad CEOs that just had a reputation for just being like?
Oh yes, many. They had many CEOs who was low down and dirty, you know. Yeah, but I never crossed that path with them.
From what you heard, what makes a CEO low down and dirty? Like what normally do they?
You know, they'll set you up. I mean, a lot of guys was messing with their wives and their girlfriends and they'll set you up and beat you up and everything else.
The warden in Angola, how many wardens did you go through during your time frame?
Warden Burrow came when he came. A couple of months after I came, and he the one that really changed the prison. And he had, he made 10, 20 wardens. That he was the head warden, but they had 20 wardens. Warden over classification, warden over recreation, warden over this, warden over that. So I didn't see many wardens. To be honest with you, it became rough when all the black wardens became wardens.
Really?
Yes.
What made it rough?
Man, the black people treated us worse than we could never think about.
Was it to appease the people that's over them, or what do you feel that was as far as for a black warden to come in and treat black inmates even worse?
I guess they had a point to prove. I don't know. And the white wardens used to always tell us, now y'all pray for this. We thought the white wardens was treating us bad. Nah, man. When the black folks took over, it was 100 times worse.
Did you ever see any riots while you was in there?
Nah. No riots.
Were there any race wars?
No.
Now you went in and I believe you said what year was it?
95. I went to Angola in 95. I got locked up in 94. I went to Angola 95, 96, something like that.
Yeah, this is kind of at the cusp of going into the Crips and Bloods, doing their thing in the U.S.
Yes.
Was it a lot of gang ties in there? Were you part of any gangs? If so, which one?
They had a lot of gang ties when I went to Angola, but when Warden Burrow came, he went to eliminating all the gang ties, so things changed quickly.
Did you see any? What are like in Angola? What were some of the rules that kind of partook with like gangs? Like, was it if you're this side, you stay on this side, you don't mess with the Bloods or you don't mess with the Crips, and like what were some of the rules that people put in place?
Well, when I went to Angola, guys was wearing red rags and blue rags, but when Warden Burrow came, he took all the rags from them and all the red and blue stuff like that there, so you couldn't distinguish who was who. And then when they still was throwing up their gang signs and all that, he went to shipping them, locking them up and stuff like that there. So he changed the penitentiary quickly.
And these, if you don't mind, can you speak on a day that you almost maybe lost hope, like as far as just like, man, I just want to give up. This just ain't for me.
Every time I got denied in the courts, I always just felt like just giving up. Every time, every single time. Yes, every time.
Was it due to the people that made the choice, or was it due to like maybe you just felt like yourself didn't like? What was it that made you say like, damn, like it just?
I just felt that I wasn't gonna get out. I just felt I never was gonna get out of prison.
So with that being said, as far as what situations gave you hope, as far as maybe books that you were reading, people that you were introduced to, what gave you hope to just like say, man, I could do this time?
My kids, man, my family, my friends, the people who supported me, and then I knew I was innocent. And I always said that one day I know I'm gonna get out, but I kept getting denied, and then I started doubting God, and then I do good, and then I do bad, I do good, and then I do bad, and then, I just kept the faith, man, to be honest with you.
What were things that you look forward to while you were in there to kind of get you from like either one day to the next, 1 week to the next, 1 month to the next? Like, what were things that you personally were looking forward to, whether a letter, whether a holiday? What kept you like, I'm looking forward to this while I'm here, I'm going to do this time?
Every weekend I look forward to a visit. Every weekend. That's what mostly all of us do, look forward to a weekend. Somebody hoping and praying somebody come see us. Were there situations where someone didn't come and then you have to make calls? Oh, yeah, many times. Now you call home and your people that went out, they went out Friday night and then they'd be sad they're supposed to come see you. They'd overslept and then they'll come to the gate. It's too late. They can't make it in. And you'd be like, you'd be hurt. You'd be hurt. Can you speak on as far as being in Angola in 2005, Katrina came through New Orleans, and I'm sure you start hearing word of like how this city is getting flooded, and for days people are starving and dying. What was going through your head, and
who was affected from your family members that was part of Katrina that, you're inside but can't actually get out and get a hold of?
I kept thinking where my family was because I didn't hear from my family in many, many months, I didn't know where they was or anything like that there. Then one day I had somebody, they called me for a visit and I went up there and my sister and them, I was like 5, 6, 7, 8 months later. They told me they was replaced in Atlanta. I was like, what? Yeah. No phone calls, no nothing.
Yeah, that'll do it. When it comes to what granted you your release, like how much time did you know as far as, can you walk us through like when you knew you were getting out, like what happened for you to know that you might be not serving this life sentence, you might be getting out soon? Like what took place to get you?
Well, I'll be honest with you, my brother, I was about to give up because like I said, I work in the hospital. Everybody that get out have to come to the hospital. I see them every single day, and everybody was going, many people was getting out of prison except for me. And the guys that I thought was supposed to help me, they didn't help me. And the guy who I didn't even think about was going to help me, he the one to help me. And I'm sitting in the dormitory, and one day they just called me to go see an attorney. I said, attorney? So when I get up there, they tell me, a guy named Elvin Ketchum. That's my partner. I support him. Everything you got to do is support him. And some lawyers came see me and he's like, Elvin Ketchum? I said, yeah. And he said, well, he recommended your case to us. And we see that you were wrongfully convicted. I said, what? We're going to help you get out here. 42 days later, I had my freedom.
42 days?
42 days later, I had my freedom.
Did you expect it to take longer?
Oh, man, I didn't think I was going to get out, to be honest with you, even though they was talking like that there, because I always was at the gate. I was always at the door to get out, and I get shut down every single time.
Can you walk us through that day as far as just waking up and kind of what you did, the day that you actually got out? Like, what was that day like for you? Was it a normal day or?
I was supposed to have went home that Thursday. I went to court that Thursday, and they granted me an emergency release. But when I got back to the prison, they told me my paperwork was messed up. I said, oh, Lord, don't tell me these people are playing games with me again. But that Friday, they called me and let me go, man. I still didn't believe I was getting out until I got outside the gate. That's when I knew it was real. Long as I was waiting, they already had called me and went to the hospital and took my blood and everything, and I'm waiting to go out. But I'm still like, man, here we are. I need to get out here because they might change their mind.
Can you explain what that feeling's like to be in a place for that long and be outside the gate without cuffs on and just be seen to turn back and look at the spot that you've been in for that long? Can you explain that feeling as far as, what comes over you to see like, wow, I'm really looking at the place I've been living at?
Man, I couldn't believe it. I got in the back of the seat. I got in the back of the car because we always rode in the back of the car. People said, no, you can get in the front seat. I'm like, front seat? And then as we driving, we stopped at Burger King, and the man, we went in Burger King and all the food and everything. I'm like, man, I couldn't believe it, man. I still couldn't believe it. A few blocks down from the prison, I couldn't believe it.
Who was who picked you up?
Guys from a program in Baton Rouge. I went there for 30 days. Yeah, just to get everything straight.
What would you say was the hardest thing adjusting to society 30 plus years down the way?
Adjusting?
Yeah.
Everything. I didn't know anything, man. They helped me receive my food stamps. ID card, because I never had an ID before. I never had an ID, driver's license, food stamp card, none of that before. So all that was brand new to me. I never had a wallet. Right now, I have a wallet right now.
That's great.
Yes. I never had a wallet before.
Do you think a lot about the guys that, you probably form relationships with, friendships with, that's still inside? Like, do you not only do you talk to them, but do they come across your mind a lot as far as them still being on the inside?
Every single day, every hour, I talk to these guys. I talked about 20 of them, believe that, for real. I talked about 20 of them every day because I grew up with them. I was closer to them than my own family. I had 30 years around them guys, Yeah.
Do you still ask them about how they're doing in there, or do they more so in those conversations ask you about how you're doing out here?
They told me it's 10 times worse than when I was there. So, and I only been home 6 months, so I know how hard it is in there. But they just want me to just keep pushing, Even if I ain't got a dime, man, they don't want me to do nothing wrong to come back. Nothing.
Was there ever a time that you were in there where like, I know the heat in Angola, sometimes it gets a little crazy, and I know the prison system ain't the best people that keep up the maintenance. Was there a time where it just got too hot where it's like you felt like literally an animal in the cage?
Oh yes, man. I mean, man, you can check the thermometer, man. It be 100 degrees in the summertime, man. You can't. I mean, it's smoking in there. During the summer, you can't sleep. You know, yeah, it get cool at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. It's time to get up and go to work.
Is there anyone to complain to? Can you complain to anyone as far as any type of living situation in there?
Nah, they got fans. They got multiple fans and ceiling fans. That's all they got. No. Because the dormitories were made for like 50-something people. You got 90 people, man. Everybody stacked up on each other.
Mm-hmm. Man, definitely. As far as getting out and just being in a free world, what is one of the things that you like about being free? Just because again, it's sometimes be the little things that people don't know, like that just be amazing to just be out in the world doing. Is there something for you, like just one of the little things that be like, I just love
riding around, just sightseeing, man. Every time I get a chance, I want to ride around and just see nice homes and just go places. Shopping centers, I ain't got to buy nothing. I just want to go in shopping centers. I just want to just go somewhere every time, every day, all day.
Man, that's real. When you see, and again, we do these prison stories because we're trying to teach the young kids as far as the life that's going on inside and what they can expect. What advice would you give to a young man who probably never seen more than 2 days in jail that's taking penitentiary chances out here? What can you tell someone who hasn't been in, but, give them a fair warning as far as what they're looking forward to maybe going through?
Turn back. Stop doing crime, man. It ain't worth it, man. You may think it's worth it. It's not worth it, man. You're going to lose your whole life. They took all my 20s, 30s, and 40s. They'll do the same to them. You're going to lose them. I lost my mother, father, grandmother, best friends. I lost them all to the grave. So, it's not worth it.
Yeah, and if you don't mind, speak on that, because sometimes people don't know that you're actually losing loved ones while you're in there. Was there one that kind of messed you up when you got either a letter or a phone call saying that someone wasn't here that you just, man, like, and what did it do to you to hear that person wasn't here?
My mother, man, when they called me to the chapel office and told me my mother had passed, oh, man, I couldn't believe it. Then I went to her funeral. Then right after her, my grandmother died, then my daddy died, then my best friends. I went to 5 funerals back to back.
And what does that do to your spirit, like, as far as just being able to see, like, just death? Like, what does it say to you? Because, again, you don't know if you're getting out or not.
Right.
What does it do to your spirit just to see that, kind of just having those losses so close together?
A lot of those losses made me really angry and bitter, towards a lot of people. I was like, somebody better not play with me because I'm going to knock them off straight up. I'm frustrated, I'm mad and stuff like that then. But they got a lot of good brothers in prison who deserve a second chance, and they'll come talk to you all the time about, doing better. Staying focused, keep trusting in God, stuff like that.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
For those people that's still in Angola or still in the penitentiary system, like, if someone that's, maybe a warden or a CEO or just whoever who might have some control of power, the governor or something, what can the prison system change to make maybe things a little easier for inmates while they're in there? Like, what would you like to see them implement?
I'm going to be honest with you. Angola have a lot of educational programs. And if a person want to do right, he have the chance to do right. It's on him. It ain't like he can't do right because they got all kinds of things implemented for you. They got Bible colleges and everything else. When I first went to prison, they didn't have nothing. They didn't have nothing, man. But they have all those things now. Educational programs to help you out.
That's real. Mm-hmm. That's real. So once again, what we normally try to do is we try to give some kids some words of advice. Again, a lot of kids out here taking penitentiary chances. For those that, of course, again, these I appreciate you, but if you were to give them one thing that they need to adhere to if they were to go in, if you were to give them a word of advice if they did actually get inside the doors of any prison system, what word of advice would you give a young man going in to kind of, how to do his time?
Go toward the educational program. They have good educational programs. They got guys, educational programs are going to help you out because they have good guys there. And, then you got your partners that's selling drugs and doing drugs. If you go that route, you're going to lose out. You're going to make your time hard.
That's real. Mm-hmm. Man, Diesel, once again, we appreciate it, man. If you don't mind, let them know who you are again and how much time you did, if you don't mind.
Lil Diesel, 30 flat. I've done 30 years, man, since I was 19. Yeah.
Again, man,
Been home 6 months.
Come on, 6 months and we rolling, man. This is Prison Stories 101. I have to say, man, I appreciate you, man, for being able to tell these stories. Hopefully I can lend your ear to a few more stories in the future. But again, I appreciate you coming on for.
No problem, man. I got many stories, man. 30 years, I just seen it all, done it all.
All right, man. This is just the introduction, man. We're going to go from there, man. Lil Diesel, we appreciate you, man. Prison Stories.